Black magic.
You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome to another edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus here. And to my camera right here, if you will, the well and wingnut, Steve Lambert. How's it going, brother?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Am I a little choppy?
A little choppy? No, not so far.
All right, cool. I thought I was choppy a little bit coming in. Glad to hear that I'm not, and see that you aren't either, buddy. And how is everybody's Canada Day weekend? And of course, on Monday, it'll be Independence Day as well for our friends north or south of the border. Well, depending on where they are, really.
Right. Or depending on which way we're standing.
Yeah, well, exactly. There are some that are a little farther north than what we are at our point, right?
Right.
Like there are points in Minnesota that are farther north than what we are here in Southern Ontario. So happy Canada Day to all. And on Monday, of course, happy 4th of July to our American friends, brothers, and all. Howdy, Will. How's it going, brother?
Please be safe with the fireworks.
Please be safe with the fireworks as well. Here, so this has been something that's been coming up as of late that we've been hearing a lot. And we're hearing a lot from a lot of former soldiers, military personnel, a lot of animal owners that are coming out against the fireworks, especially in Niagara Falls, where they do it, 7 nights a week now, where it used to be just
A
Friday
weekend
nights,
or Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. And now it's every night. You're an animal lover and a pet owner. Where do you stand on things like this?
I mean, I don't think if I was firing them off in my backyard, if I had ample space to do it in my backyard, or if we were in like a park type area, I don't think I'd have my dog outside and or around the fireworks.
Right. Now, but what about the people that are saying that they live immediately right beside the parks and stuff like that? Or like even the Niagara Falls ones. I live in Fort Erie and I can hear the fireworks from my house in Fort Erie.
Right.
So, I mean, it's so hard because it's something that we grew up with, and I've never ever had a problem with fireworks ever. I've honestly always loved going out and seeing them.
You definitely need to have a safe location.
Yeah. Somewhere where it's more secluded and far away, you think?
Yeah.
What about the idea? There's people that were talking about replacing them with laser light shows.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been to see the last fireworks display I probably saw was at the Friendship Festival in Fort Erie, where you are. Used to be a yearly tradition for us. Always had great Canadian bands down there, so it was something I did every year.
Yep.
Probably the coolest fireworks display I ever got to see was they used to have this thing in Toronto called the Benson and Hedges Symphony of Fire.
Loved it.
Amazing. Different countries would compete. They would put their fireworks displays on to pieces of music. Just unbelievable.
I was going to say humble brag. It's not a humble brag at all. I used to say that Canal Days and Tall Ships, when they first merged, their fireworks were on par or better than some of the countries that showed up for Symphony of Fire. Because I remember seeing that from when I lived in Toronto, going to college there, and then working at Don Cherry's all those years. Yeah, man, crazy. Like Canal Days, their fireworks are just phenomenal. Almost every
and good to have Canal Days back this year,
right? And people are kind of. This is the funny thing about people. People are shitting on the lineup this year because it's all new bands that nobody our age really knows them that well. But younger crowd knows them because they're the modern bands.
And I'm pretty excited to see Walk Off the Earth. Good local band from near the GTA. So
yeah, exactly. And that's just it. It's always good Canadian content as well. So like every other year, you guys are complaining, people are complaining because it's David Wilcox again, it's Kim Mitchell again, it's Big Wreck again. look, you got something new, and now you're complaining again. So
I remember the first year they tried charging because they accept donations,
Right.
$2, $5, whatever. But the first year they tried to actually sell tickets, it was Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings. It was their first time really back together since the Guess Who had split all those years ago.
Right.
And it was like, I'm pretty sure it was $30 because we bought tickets. Like, I love the Guess Who. And I thought, man, that's pretty
Worth
freaking
it.
reasonable, man. Like, geez.
Yeah. We get spoiled with a lot of those free concerts at Canal Days because those are a lot of big names. Listen, when you get, what was it, Figure 11, you had Big Wreck, you had Blue
Headstone.
Rodeo, Headstones. You're getting all these concerts for free that you would be paying minimum $60 to go see for shit seats. Like, come on. Port Colborne does it well. They always do it right. So that's the one thing I'll give them for a small city. They've really got their celebrations down pat. But speaking of celebrations, like we said, it is Canada Day, and with that in mind, you can see behind Steve's head, he's got the.
I'm on the shore of Lake Ontario right now.
Yeah, you can see the Toronto. What do you want to call it? The horizon there in the background. And I've got, of course, some famous Canadians. You got Phil Hartman up here, the great Leslie Nielsen, John Candy, Mike Myers, the birthday boy yesterday, Dan Aykroyd, and then, of course, Jim Carrey. Why do we have all this Canadian stuff? Well, because it's Canadian Day, and we want to talk about the most famous Canadians as we see them out there. Who do we think are the most famous Canadians? I want to start off first before we do the lists. We don't have women on either of our. Well, I don't know about your list. Because I haven't seen your list. I don't have any women on my list, and that's not because I didn't try. Shout outs to Sandra Oh, Celine Dion, Shania Twain, Avril Lavigne.
I had Avril Lavigne on my list, and I actually bumped her because it was just we're going to do a little thing with my list today where I've covered up the faces, and I'm going to give you clues to try and guess, and it was just way too hard to find a picture and cover up her face and not realize it's Avril Lavigne.
Had this been the 90s, Celine Dion makes the list right away. Yeah. Like her and Shania Twain both make the list because they were both the top of the charts in the 90s. So, but I just wanted to start off by saying that with my list, I just went straight up who I thought was the most famous. Not even people I liked necessarily. And not saying I don't like them, but I went with, that. Now, because you're doing yours differently, should we go with mine first, I guess, this time?
If you want, sure, yeah.
And then, all right. Well, so folks, let us know as well. I know not everybody's a Canadian here, but if you are, let us know in the comments. Who's your favorite Canadian of all time?
Oh, man.
I'm trying to keep this up just a little while longer so you don't see the struggle that Steve's got going on here. But you know what? Let's just solo it.
I just got jerseyed. Whew. Wouldn't be a Canada Day without a good jerseying.
As I choked to death on my choke. And that was a nice start. I like it. All right, so here we go. Here's my top 5. I'm gonna start at number 5, and again, this is all based on who I think currently are the top Canadians or top most famous, well-known Canadians across the globe. Starting off at number 5, he was huge in the 80s, in the 90s, again in the 2000s, and then just had another recent comeback with Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's the one and the only Jim Carrey, from Mask to Dumb and Dumber to Ace Ventura, Pet Detectives. I mean, there hasn't been much he hasn't done. I'm not a huge Jim Carrey. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a huge Jim Carrey guy, but I loved his stand-up comedy back in the day, and I liked him on In Living Color. And I just kind of felt almost every role after that was just rehashes of In Living Color characters. There's a lot of Fire Marshal Bill in a lot of his characters. I'm just saying. But,
I'm done.
Right? Just saying. All righty then. That wasn't an Ace Ventura thing first. I'm just putting that out there. My number 4. Was that close? Was it even close at all?
That was pretty good. At first, I was like, "What is he doing?" Then I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Canadian Seth Rogen."
Seth Rogen. And the reason why I felt I had to light up at this point.
And I was going to light up, but my joint disappeared.
Not only is he, a well-known Canadian stoner, this guy and a Canadian actor. He's a producer. He gave us. He helps out on The Boys. He's one of the producers on The Boys. Gave us Preacher. And he was in Pam and Tommy. Maybe his greatest role ever.
This is true.
Tell me you didn't love it.
I did.
Up next, again, like I said, I'm not putting people on here that necessarily I'm a fan of, that I like or that I don't like. Here's one I'm indifferent to, but had to be on the list for, especially in the top 3 here. And like I said, I tried to keep it as real as possible. And I had to go number 3 with the Biebs. Justin Bieber. Kid's so Canadian, he's got to deal with Tim Hortons. He's got his Bieber bits and now his Bieber coffee. And people like to shit all over Justin for, the way he acted between the ages of 16 and 19 when he was the richest, most powerful kid in the world. I
know my boy, he said he can't wait for the Biebs thing to be over at Tim Hortons so he can sell his t-shirt on eBay.
Right. On eBeebs.
On eBeebs, right.
That could be next. Speaking of, I don't even know, eBay. I think. Was that where Elon Musk got his start? Was he PayPal? Somebody let us know.
I'm not sure.
I feel like he was the guy behind PayPal. But Elon's also one of those other ones that's on the fringe that I didn't add because like The Rock, Keanu Reeves, Elon Musk, all noted dual citizens that weren't any of them born in Canada.
Right.
So they didn't make my list. And if this was the 90s, Bret Hart would have made my list as well. Just putting that out there. Number 2. This was tough, but I had to go Drake. You saw him.
Well, like Degrassi Jake, right?
Right. He started on. He started on Degrassi, and now he's here. Started at the bottom, now he's here. We can clown on Drake all we want. He's probably even more famous than the guy that I have at number 1. Drake is probably one of the most famous people on the planet. Like probably top 5. You can bring him anywhere around the world, and people will be like, Drake. So, and you know what? People can hate on him all they want, but I'm a proud Canadian, and fuck yeah, man. I'm happy that any Canadian is going to be that famous. I don't care if I'm a fan of their music or not. And number 1, how do you not go with Gosling? Gosling didn't make the list. Psych. Burn. It was Ryan Reynolds. I did have Gosling on my list, but I don't think that he's as popular as the other 5 on this list. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds. He is the world's sweetheart. He's that guy that cannot do any wrong.
Did Hugh Jackman put you up to that?
He did.
Introducing him as Gosling.
He did. Thank you. No, actually, it was Ryan Reynolds' mom who did.
Right.
I didn't mean that to sound like it did. I meant more like because he always jokes around with his mom in his videos and stuff. Didn't mean like there was anything going on between his mom and I. She's a lovely woman, I'm sure. But hey, you got a list, don't you?
I do have a list. And we're going to play a little game with mine. I'm going to show you a picture with a face covered up of someone who is Canadian. And if you can't guess it right off, then I have a series of clues that I will drip feed you.
Okay, so I'm going to switch over to banners on my side so I don't see the pictures as you put them up.
Okay.
To keep it fair.
All right.
So that way I can't see, because I have a feeling you're going to put up one picture and then you'll have the other one.
I'll have the other one right behind it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you could load those all up if you want.
Okay.
I am This is going to
All
be
right.
something. All right, so I have to guess if they're Canadian, or I have to guess who the
You
Canadian.
have to guess who the Canadian is. Yeah.
So just guess who the blanked out face is.
Right.
Well,
All right. So number one, I want to start you off fairly easy.
Well, it's Corey Feldman with the Frog brothers,
Right.
but Corey Haim, is he Canadian?
Hey.
I didn't think Corey was Canadian.
Yeah, born in Toronto. Of course, he passed away in 2010 of pneumonia. Corey Feldman, his so-called best friend in life, did not attend the funeral.
And he's still banned from our show.
Right. So I just wanted to pick the best Corey we had. You know, sorry goes out to Corey Hart.
Yeah.
The golfer there, Corey, whatever his name is.
There was a Corey golfer.
Yeah, Corey Somerville. He was the first, second Canadian ever to get a hole in one at the Masters a few weeks back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the first one since like 1934. And of course, three-time loser Corey Perry, Dallas, Montreal, Tampa Bay.
Poor Corey. Yeah, we get rid of those pictures.
All right. So next one.
Oh, I don't. Oh, wait. Is this Porky's?
This is not Porky's. All right. I'll give you a first clue here. This Canadian has over 150 over 100 film appearances and has been on over 150 TV shows. This Canadian's career has spanned over 60 years.
Are they still alive?
No.
Oh.
Born in Saskatchewan, received the Order of Canada and a spot on the Canadian Walk of Fame in 2001.
Leslie Nielsen.
And was a member of the Royal Canadian Air Force from 1943 to 1945 and served just at the end of WW2. The great Leslie Nielsen. There wouldn't be a RatG TV without Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, because he was very instrumental on both of our upbringings, especially in comedy.
Yeah.
Surely you jest.
All right, I'm excited about my next one.
Holy, I don't watch this show. So.
As you can see, appeared on Dancing with the Stars. So if you don't know who this is, I'll start with the clues here.
Yeah, give me a clue here.
All right, this Canadian has over 7 albums.
Michael Bublé.
No. This Canadian.
Tommy Chong.
Oh, Tommy Chong.
Oh, yeah!
I was going to try and fool you with the music stuff. I had 7 albums. What a Brandy in 1974. I was going to hit you. Has toured all over the world. I was going to try and keep you with the music. Has played with Jimi Hendrix. Of course, the great Tommy Chong.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, give me some love on that one. Yeah,
that's all right. That's all right. That's what it's a game. It's a game. You gotta
that's what it was, though. You know what it was? It was the music, the 7 albums, and then I'm like, because that's how we started listening to Cheech and Chong, was on the albums before the movies.
Right.
Well, Brad Dulce's house. That's where we got all our bootleg.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Okay, moving to our next one.
Damn.
Where's my clues here? All right, our next Canadian.
Pierre Trudeau. Justin Trudeau.
This Canadian is from Pembroke, Ontario. Has 5 albums and is a rapper, TV, and film star. My last clue will definitely give it away, so I'm going to give you a second here.
Well, I was going to say Stephen Page at first, but no, because he's not a rapper. Is it? And it's not Snow, even though I just saw him in an interview. What's the last clue?
The last clue is he was married for a brief time to Miss Drew Barrymore.
Oh, it's my buddy Tom Green.
Tommy Green.
Oh, I hope you have the picture of me and him up there next. Oh,
I forgot to get the one of you, but
of course you did. Of course you did.
I thought of it just as I was uploading it. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't have the picture of you and him. But yeah, there's me and him at a small comedy club in Niagara Falls. God, I don't even know, 15, 20 years ago. It got 15 years ago, I'm going to say.
Yeah, 15 years ago is a lot closer than you think it was.
We were pretty inebriated.
No doubt.
As you can tell by my eyes there. All right, and my final one, I'm not going to show you a picture for this one because it would be impossible to cover this man up with any sort of flag and have you not guess who it is. So I just gave you your first clue. It is a guy. This guy is single-handedly responsible for raising over $800 million to date. 60 countries have an event every year, making it the biggest one-day fundraising event in the world.
John Candy?
He started his run and ended his run 143 days in, trying to make it across Canada.
Oh, Terry Fox.
The great Terry Fox.
Yes. I don't know who that is, Facebook user, but thanks, fucker.
Terry Fox, of course. Without Terry's help, my daughter may not be here. Big, just an inspiration to millions of people. Not just for raising money, but just the push he showed and the strive he showed to survive.
Did anybody ever complete the run?
I think someone did it a few years ago. Yeah.
I feel like people have tried, but I don't know if we've ever heard anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember someone at least attempting it.
Yeah. I'm not too sure though. Why did I come? I don't know. Is that Amber? Is that somebody else? I think you have to, if you're on the RatG TV group and you're commenting, I think you have to give permissions for your name to appear.
Right.
But yeah, that's all Steve's fault.
I do apologize.
Yep. What about the great Wayne Gretzky? If this was 15 years ago, yep. If this was 20 years ago, for sure. If this was 30 years ago, without a doubt. Like there was a cartoon when we were kids, Saturday mornings, called The All-Stars, and it was Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson. Remember that?
Right.
I hate this one. I can't
that.
see the comments. Oh, sorry, brother. Oh, so is that? Oh, you must have been the hey fuckers, Ronnie. That makes sense. Am I skipping on here, or is that just you?
I think that might have been a little blip there.
Okay. All right. And then I'm seeing an LOL. All right, buddy. So yeah. Hi, Nina. Happy Canada Day. Yep, brown bottle night. Nice. I am white bottle night. But yeah, so those were both our lists. They did pretty well. So now at this time of the show, usually what we do is we go ahead and do Steve's 5-second movie review, and Steve does his review of a relatively new movie. But because it's Canada Day this year, Steve has decided to not go that route. What do you got for us this year?
This year, I figured it wouldn't be right not to pick a Canadian classic. And I mean, there's lots of Canadian classics out there. It looked like it was in Vancouver. I think they were supposed to be in Seattle, but it starred the great Tom Green.
Hey, good job.
No, this Canadian classic, Bob and Doug McKenzie, just a funny movie. Geez, I'm forgetting the Max von Sydow played the villain. Of course, Max been in tons of stuff. Strange Brew. If you don't know it, if you haven't seen it, if you're Canadian, you should be locked up and throw away the key. If you're American, we can forgive you, but you definitely still need to check it out. Great Canadian movie.
If you want to come up here to tourist land or for any other reasons, just remember you have to pass our admission test, and that means watching Strange Brew.
Yes.
Just saying.
There will be a quiz.
Yes. But wrong there. I'm sorry. I'm not chopping them down. I'm building them up. Just building up. That's the tough there, and there. Anyway, so the whole 5-second movie review, though, one thing that people need to know is it is brought to us each and every week by the fine folks over at DocNet. That's right above Steve's shoulder. You see it right there. DocNet. Listen, if you're looking to save a few bucks without sacrificing service anywhere, best place to do that is with Tony over at DocNet. Listen, cut the cable cords over with the big name companies. Go see Tony, get a better deal, get the same service. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Look at our reception here. It's that. This is the claim to fame right there, right in front of you. So if you want to do this, plus save some money, because we all want to save money right now, go to docnet.ca, tell them RatG TV sent you, and have Tony connect your home to the world. DocNet. Boom. Wow, that was almost professional. That was almost like as if I had copy, but I didn't. Anyways, Steve.
It was almost like it was pre-recorded, like an intro to a segment.
And would that segment be Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve? Yeah. Hadouken! All right. Now I want you to review some kind of martial arts movie instead, like Street Fighter, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh, you get wrong movie, but still. All right. So, Steve, you're going to review the movie Strange Brew for those that have never ever seen this movie before. So you are doing a service to our friends, not only in the States, but across the globe that tune in each and every week to watch this show. So, Steve, are you ready for your review?
I am ready.
All right. I'm going to put 5 seconds on the board, and you may begin now.
This movie's better than sitting back with a jelly donut, a double-double from Timmy's, and watching the hockey game, eh?
Yeah. Even without a mouse in the beer.
Elsinore beer.
Right.
Your new sponsor.
Bloodsport. Yes, Bloodsport would be great. Yeah, all right. So give people your review. What do you think of the movie? Now,
I've seen this movie. I don't know how many times. I probably know it. The only movie I can honestly say, I mean, I know there's probably a few, but the only movie I can honestly see I know verbatim is Bloodsport. But Strange Brew is probably a close second. Just a funny movie. Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis reprising their characters from the SCTV days. Bob and Doug McKenzie. Just a couple of regular hosers trying to get a beer, eh?
Yeah, take off, eh? Hoser, eh?
Just you know, and I'm one of those Canadians. I don't know. I think it's a lot of Canadians that like it when other countries try to make fun of us. I think we find it hilarious. Not just the humor they're poking fun at, but the parodies, and we just love it all. And this is a great Canadian take on all things Canadiana, and just a ridiculous plot. Of course, I said Max von Sydow is the villain, the brewmaster, trying to brew some mind control beer in order to take over the world.
So does the movie still stand up for you all these years?
God. For me, yes. For people watching it today that have never seen it.
Like those hockey uniforms?
Right.
Right.
I love how it starts in the movie theater when they're watching a movie they tried to make. Basically, it's kind of like Omega Man. It's like post-apocalyptic world where he's alone. He's like, I spent my final days searching for beer. And then the film rips and people start getting pissed off. They chase him out of the theater. And then the movie starts.
All right. So what do you give it after all these years? What are you giving this movie?
I gave this movie 5 beers, which is 1 beer short of a 6-pack.
So it's a 4 out of 5.
Sure, if you want to use that.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 6 or a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Whew.
I was trying to use the 6-pack analogy.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
So you should have went 23 then.
Yeah. It's I know I'm biased. I know I'm Canadian. I know I have a special place in my heart for these campy, ridiculous movies with flying dogs that love sausages and beer. So I try to be nonpartisan, but it's just impossible. It's just such a great fucking movie,
and it's such a true look at the Canadiana lifestyle.
right?
Like we see that every day here. Growing up,
I wonder how many mice tried to get shoved into beer bottles after that movie came out.
Like in Welland alone,
right? Bottles of OV.
Oh, that's where OV got that taste from. It's funny because it's true.
Old Vermin.
Old Vermin. I fucking love it and I'll never ever drink it ever again. But I had already planned on never drinking it again. I tried it one time. I was like, oh, so that's what death tastes like.
If you're ever in Welland, just pop into the Olympia, order yourself a lukewarm OV
or the Rex. Both will have it there. And I think they both will probably have it on tap. Which is just I think just a straight line from the urinal. It's OV. It's nothing against those bars. I'm just saying.
Oh, it so is.
It's OV is so bad. Oh, the Rex is great.
The food's delicious.
Yeah. Well, it was when I was still able.
It was right.
I like it. Good times there. Good wings. All right.
I should be just they're a sponsor of the Welland Zombie Walk. We love you. We love the Rex.
You should. Damn it. Take him out, Bruno. Take him out. All right. Well, you know what? Let's just get to some news. Well, Dr. Death, Dr. Bad News for everybody.
I have my...
Yeah, you got your scythe basically there as a CN Tower. It almost looked like you were stroking the CN Tower there. Just saying, what is happening here? Just stop.
Work the head.
Yet we still have sponsors.
Right. Not too many people our age will probably be familiar with this next guy, but this guy made his name a lot of ways in the crime world, in the TV world, and he was an author of 5 books, and that's Sonny Barger, one of the original founders of the Oakland chapter of the Hells Angels, passed away at the age of 83. Like I said, published 5 books, was involved in a few documentaries based around the Hells Angels. Of course, Give Me Shelter, the famous Rolling Stones one. And he played Lenny the Pimp in Sons of Anarchy.
No shit. Wow. Rest in peace. Had a good run, though, eh?
Yeah, 83, not bad, considering the lifestyle.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even without the lifestyle, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, no. For sure. This next actress, fairly young at the age of 61, was famous for her roles on Nash Bridges, ER, Law and Order, and appeared in everything from Dexter, Ray Donovan, Star Trek. The list was just, she had a great body of work. Miss Mary Mara, as I said, at the age of 61. They said, I saw accidental, but I didn't see what the cause was. So I don't want to speculate on being drug related, but they are saying it was an accidental death. So our hearts and prayers go to the families. And last but certainly not least, you'll be seeing him post death. He'll be your local bartender. That is the bartender from The Shining, Mr. Joel Turkel. Again, just a great body of work. Played over in 100 different TV shows, including Miami Vice, Bonanza. Played Eldon on Blade Runner, and of course here as the bartender in The Shining.
No way. Well,
RIP, as we say.
rest in power, sir. Rest in paradise. Yeah, man. I mean, you're just a death bringer.
I am.
You're like, I don't know, man. We got to get you like this black veil or some shit. You get your own sickle that is the shape of the CN.
I took some life advice from Betty White.
Preliminary investigation suggested that she had drowned while swimming. Oh, thanks, Ron. Wow, that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, you know, here's some good news, I guess. Have you ever watched Magnum PI, the original or the remake?
I definitely watched the original, yes.
Were you a big fan of the original, or was it one of those shows that you watched because your parents watched?
Right.
Yeah.
The latter.
Okay. What about the new one? Have you watched the new one?
I did not try the new one, no.
Yeah. I watched it just because my buddy Rich Ting was going to be on it, so I tried to catch up to where he was going to be.
Yeah.
So I ended up watching the first. It's a decent show, and I mean it was on the air longer than the original Magnum, but it just got canceled from CBS. But from the ashes comes NBC, and they have picked up Magnum PI for another 2 seasons, starring Jay Hernandez, as we see right there. And yeah, I mean, I'm okay with this. Especially, I haven't finished the last season, but if they ended on a cliffhanger and this is a way to tie up the show with the last 2 seasons, I'm super happy for them. And,
I like that networks can do this now and have been doing this a lot more to salvage shows that do have a fan base, just don't seem to be a right fit for the current network.
right. Yeah, well, we saw that with Supergirl going from CBS, another CBS show they canceled, and the CW picking it up and it going from like almost getting canceled after the first season to lasting another 6 or 7 on the CW. So that's not bad. Nothing to sneeze at. So congrats to everybody there. And, some of those people were thinking that show was going to be retired, I think. And that was not the case. It was like being pulled away from, some comedian.
And just getting right back into action.
Yeah, right back into action.
Right back into action. Back in action. Netflix original, starring Charlize Theron and Jamie Foxx.
Why is that Cameron Diaz though?
What's that?
Why is that Cameron Diaz though instead of Charlize Theron?
Oh, my bad. It is Cameron Diaz.
Dude, that is so blondest. Are you trying to say that all blondes look?
And it's your thing.
Fucking up names?
Yeah.
I get the names. Listen, I fuck up the pronunciations of the names. I don't get them wrong person.
I probably forgot her name because she'd been away from acting for so long. She'd gone into retirement a few years back, and from all accounts said that she'd been loving it, but decided to come back out of retirement for this one. And Jamie Foxx, if you go to his Twitter account, you can listen to a partial piece of the phone call between her and Jamie Foxx as he calls her and says, "Hey, I got someone on the other line with some advice for you."
Is this what we have here?
Yeah, as he brings Tom Brady into the conversation, says, "Hey, I was talking to Jamie, and he said you need a few tips on how to unretire."
Well, I mean, you might as well go to the GOAT.
From one goat to the other. Jamie introduced him and said, "All right, I'll leave you two to talk," as he hung up the phone call. And who knows what happened, but
I'll talk her out of it.
Right. Let me read the script.
Yes. It's like, listen, come on. I will give you 1% of my first year contract at Fox from when I retire, and that'll still be $1 billion for you.
Right.
The force is strong with the GOAT. The force is definitely strong with him. We didn't get to our review of Obi-Wan last week, so we'll do that after the news tonight. But I do have some Obi-Wan news, and it came out recently that Obi-Wan Kenobi was originally supposed to be a trilogy, and it was supposed to follow Solo, but because Solo bombed so much, they didn't want to do it. Stuart Beattie's Obi-Wan Kenobi script was repurposed for the Disney Plus series of the same name, as the screenwriter told the Direct. And while Beattie has a story by and writing credits for multiple episodes, he explained that he had no involvement in the series itself. He said, I wrote the film that they based the show on. I spent like a year and a half working on it, and then when the decision was made not to make any more spin-off films after Solo came out, I left the project and went on to other things. So, I mean, did it work out for the best this way? Us getting Kenobi now? I mean, we'll get into that a little bit more after the news when we talk about the series itself and our thoughts on it. But what do you think? Like, you were a big fan of Solo.
Yeah, I loved Solo. I was someone who shot on the idea of that movie from the second they announced it till the day it came out. Went to the theater to see it, obviously, midnight premiere like I do for every Star Wars movie. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Well, we will. I mean, it kind of sucks. It's got to suck for you, though, then to hear like people from the actual Disney and Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy's camp coming out and saying that Solo scared a lot of that off. And we even heard a couple weeks ago that Kathleen Kennedy was saying that she didn't want to do any other retellings of stories.
They didn't want to cast any more young actors in already established characters roles.
Yeah, which I don't know. I still would like to see Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker for their Ahsoka and for
Hey, give it all to me, man, and then we'll sort it out. Let the fans sort it out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I made that post on the Geek page too, where it says I'm a child of the '80s. I will never complain about there being too many sci-fi movies, too many superhero movies, too many, because we had very limited, what we could watch. Star Wars came out in '77. The next one didn't come out till the fucking 2000s. So our shit was limited. So if they're gonna keep making expanded universe stuff and show us and I'll keep taking it to the day I die. So they'll always get my money, and they're gonna market it so that they have legacy characters to market towards the new generations for ages to come. So yeah, keep bringing it my way. I love it. Exactly. Thank you, Facebook user. Thank you. The force is strong with you as well. I mean, like a left hook from Mike Tyson.
That left way. Yeah. Would you do it? I know it's a question we probably all asked each other back in the day. Would you get in the ring for $1 million, Mike Tyson?
Back in the day, would I get in the ring with him for $1 million? No. Well, that's actually got two meanings when I say that, though, because one, like $1 million back then was worth it, maybe, because it was still him back then, which means you probably die as well. Doing it this day for $1 million, you the impact isn't going to be as bad, but $1 million ain't that much either. Right. It's not going to pay your hospital bills.
Disney Plus announced a short biopic series, 8 episodes, premiering August 25th, all about the former champ. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm a big boxing fan still, always have been. I was a big Mike Tyson fan, so looking forward to this.
Yeah, I always liked Mike. I was a big Roy Jones Jr. guy back in the day, too.
Yeah, I like Roy.
Yeah, one of my favorites. So, but boxing was never a favorite sport for me, honestly. It's just too much. One, I don't like all the hugging. And I know people say, well, you like UFC and it's different. That's a game of chess. In boxing, it's I can't breathe. Please don't hit me anymore. Which is sometimes the same in UFC, but and you pick your fights until you've got so many wins under your belt. Like, so it's, I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I'll fight the weakest guy I can, until you get established enough to fight someone that, you can't. I'm not wrong. Like boxers are tough as shit, but I don't know. MMA, yo.
Yeah, I used to really love MMA, and it's just I just can't get into it anymore.
Well, for me, it's too saturated just because there's a fight every Saturday. So
Yeah, definitely saturation is one of the things. Again, yeah, the grapple, the ground game, not just I like watching two guys go toe to toe.
Yeah, see, and I like BJJ. Like, I love jiu-jitsu, so I like watching that and seeing like the chess match there where they're trying to break someone's arm or not. But yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, that's cool. Mike Tyson. What's we'll all watch it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
And it's Disney Plus. So
it's just going to be all about him raising pigeons. That's it. Won't touch on his boxing career.
Oh no, maybe. Is Mike Tyson tell me though, I was going to say Mike Tyson Mysteries. Is that coming back?
I don't know if they're coming back with another season or not. I hope so because I love that show.
Yeah, be weird without Norm though.
It would, yeah.
But
they'd have to find another alcoholic animal to replace him.
Well, you know what? If you're we'll just say, speaking of alcohol.
No, you're gonna say speaking of alcoholic animals.
Well, hey, how about the mouse? The Disney Wish Cruise is up and running, and on the Star Wars section, they have added a new drink, and this new drink is called the Caliber Crystal, and it is selling for $5,000 a drink. That's not a typo. I didn't misspeak.
No, and they bring it over to you in one of those little capsules that you've seen profiled in The Mandalorian. And
I tried to find the picture, and I couldn't get it. But I mean, $5,000. You better get I hope I keep the canister. Like, for real, it's $5,000. That already started. Started filming, maybe.
Mike Tyson, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. But would you pay $5,000 for a drink?
If I had won the Lotto Max last week of $70 million, yes.
Would you have bought a round?
Yes.
Would you have brought me?
Dependence. I'm just kidding.
So yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotta make you sweat, though. Gotta make you sweat.
I was one of your dependents.
70 million, I'm sure I could rent the ship.
Yeah, right. Cool. I mean, that's sweet. That's sweet, and that's the worst segue ever. Me trying to say that's sweet, and
yeah, and I was being distracted by why would we go on a cruise? Why wouldn't we get sick?
Not with the amount of alcohol you'd be drinking.
Right. If you're drinking that liqueur, it's very sweet. There's a lot of sweet in liqueur.
You got it.
It's like a punch in the face.
Like a punch in the face to a sweet little girl.
Right.
She's not a little girl anymore, but she is Sweeten.
Yeah, Jodie Sweetin was at a pro-choice rally Monday. I think it was Monday.
Possibly.
Yeah, it was a few days after our last show. So, but her agent said that she is okay. Her publicist, said she is okay. You could see her getting confrontational with riot officer. They were trying to block them from overtaking the highway and impeding traffic. As you see Miss Sweeten being forced to the ground. There is an internal investigation being conducted by Los Angeles Police Department for whatever that's worth.
I mean, okay.
For excessive force.
I mean, yeah, we figured you meant that. And I mean, I don't even know where to stand on this, honestly. Like, I'm with her for her right to protest.
Yeah, but you go to a protest and there's a chance you may take some bumps.
Yeah, like
You kind of sign up for that.
Yeah.
But we applaud her effort.
no, exactly. So, well, we applaud her more than some of the other protesters we've seen. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know about Steve. Sure me. You know what? Speaking up for themselves, the Russo brothers have spoken up recently. The Russo brothers, famed from Community. They were
Bob and Doug, Bob and Dave.
Bob and Dave, most definitely, yes. Joe and Anthony Russo, behind Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War. I mean, they're basically the dudes. They haven't done a Marvel movie since then. They've been working on their own stuff, but they said they'd love to come back. And if they come back, they would love to tackle the X-Men. And let me just say, I'm so fucking happy they said the X-Men, because no Marvel or people that work for Marvel, the movies, MCU, ever says X-Men. They always say mutants. Because we've been thinking that they're not going to call it the X-Men because it's not gender neutral like the team.
I'm getting the business right now from Facebook user.
I know. Can she?
He does this every week.
Does she know we're doing a show this week?
That's for you.
She just gave me the all one finger Canadian salute.
Yes, well, we're giving it back to her. So they want to direct the X-Men movie. So I mean, I'm down with that. No, I refuse to put you on. Ha ha.
I just say goodbye. I really am not coming back now.
Steve, blink twice if you're in danger.
So guess me tomorrow night for my new show.
Life on the Couch.
Life Without Amber, is that your new show?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So yes. Anyways, if the Russos do make the X-Men movie, I'm stoked for it. Plus, like I was trying to tell you as she was in there, they actually referenced it as the X-Men, and that's the first people in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like Kevin Feige's always said mutants. They've never said the X-Men once because it's not gender biased, I guess.
Right.
But I think that's cool because it has been called the X-Men since day one. And I'm cool with them keeping X-Men or going X-Force even, but that's more of their shadow division. But
yeah,
if they pull this off, I'm saying, you know what? Give me great X-Men like you gave me great Captain America and great Avengers movies, then I will vote for you to be president.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have my vote, and I'm not even from that country, so but it's worth shit.
Wow, and see, there's somebody else that's running that I would have figured you'd be voting for.
Who's that?
It was my segue to the next story for you.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. I thought you had something else in mind.
No, these two, you don't even pay attention when I'm talking, do you?
I do, but not when Facebook users in the room.
I was saying if these two pull off an X-Men movie,
right,
I'd be up for voting for them.
Gotcha. I thought you were just using the pronoun them to describe our next pair.
He doesn't go by they, them.
I know. With that hair, I wonder.
Right.
On Tuesday morning, Howard Stern announced his presidency for 2024.
Yeah, his bid for running for the Oval Office.
I mean, I don't know how seriously I'm taking this yet, but I'm sure we all thought the same thing when Donald Trump said he was throwing his name in the hat. So he was quick to tell Robin that he'd already figured out a running mate, and he had texted with them. And the response he got when asking if he would be his running mate was done.
Done and done.
Mr. Bradley Cooper. What's that?
Raccoon.
That's right. He'd make a raccoon as the vice president. I mean, why not?
Well, why not, right? Ronald Reagan had Bubbles.
Yeah.
The monkey. And now we've got Howard Stern. We'll have Rocket Raccoon.
Right. I mean, at this point, yeah. I mean, let's have Howard Stern versus The Rock for all the marbles. Let's just do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. No. I don't want it. I don't want it. What I do want, actually, have you seen
Pizza?
like, pizza? Yes.
Pizza.
In New York,
I'm getting a pizza vibe.
there is a pizza vibe. Have you seen the newest version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon? It's called The Rise of the Teenage the TMNT. I haven't seen it either, but they April O'Neil's black in this one. But if you've read the comics or you've seen it in the original comics, her race is very ambiguous. It looks like she's either black or Puerto Rican or Latino. So in the new cartoon, she's like that as well. Well, Netflix, I guess this cartoon is huge on Nickelodeon, and so big so that they are making a movie on Netflix called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. And this is the cast there. Brand new to the cast you see on the very end there, they are adding Casey Jones, who wasn't in the first season of the show, but there you see April Jones on the end beside him. Donatello. Look at how jacked Raphael is. And then Leo and Mikey and, of course, Splinter. So
Casey will be driving the train, right?
yeah. Well, the bus. Did they drive like a little minivan bus?
Driving that train.
Oh, high on cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Ron Casey.
Ron Casey, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that's like when people mix up the Addams Family and the Munsters. Right? Like,
yeah, I always mistake what's that guy's name? Uncle Fester for Butch Patrick.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? They don't look anything alike. Hey, Butch Patrick, who I hosted his panel at Hamilton Comic Con.
That's right. Hamilton Comic Con, you got to meet Butch Patrick. And I mean, it was kind of, no brainer that we're going to have him involved somehow in this upcoming project from Rob Zombie as to what character he will be playing. So there was an episode of the Munsters where they helped Grandpa and Herman helped Eddie with his project, his science project, and they created a robot called the Can Man.
The Can Man can.
Yeah, Butch Patrick will actually be playing the Can Man, so his career's kind of come full circle here.
Well, I mean, that's cool. Right
Yeah.
on, Butch. He was a really nice guy, and his panel was fun to run. I mean, let's be honest, though. The Munsters was way before our time. Like, even by my grandparents, it was on in repeats, but we were more of an Addams family.
Not only that, to have like pretty much like the only, I don't want to say only, but what as far as I know, only living cast member from that show, in a character role in the new movie where we're not going to see his face.
Yeah, and it's not a movie though; it's a TV show, right?
No, it's a movie.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was always under the impression it was a TV show. It's probably better this way.
I mean, from what I've heard, how much he's shot already, he probably has enough for a TV show.
Right. Well, hey, I mean, that's it. I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. TV shows, movies. Have you? This is off topic here, but have you watched the new Jeff Bridges TV show, The Old Man?
No, I saw it on there, but I haven't checked it out.
On there? On where? Right. Right.
Oh.
It was on Andrew Flickster. It's a really decent show. I like it a lot. So, but it's one of those shows that you got to watch it because there's a lot of subtitles though. So they're in the Middle East a lot. So they're speaking Urdu and Farsi and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a good show. And I don't know why I brought that up. I just really wanted to because it's kick ass. Oh, you know why I brought it up?
Because the can.
Jeff Bridges is in the show, and he's badass in it. And he's old. He's the old man. And I know he's tall, but if they shoot it right, he'd be a dope old man Logan for like play Wolverine like at the like. And you don't know the comic book, so you don't really get the old man Logan storyline. But basically, he had killed all the heroes, or he started it because Mysterio from Spider-Man tricked him into thinking that all the heroes were actually villains and that they had killed someone close to him. So he had killed everybody, and they were trying to hold back because it was Wolverine. And yeah, so anyways, fast forward to like 90 years later, something like that, and he's an old dude, and his healing factor's starting to go on him. He would look a lot like Jeff Bridges does in this show, and I really dig it. And the reason why I was thinking that is because we've gotten some Wolverine news that came out from I believe it was Vanity Fair. Hugh Jackman years ago, when on the set of Eddie the Eagle, was asked who he'd like to see take over the role of Wolverine. We've talked about this many times, and he had said Taron Egerton, who plays Eggsy in the Kingsman movies, Rocket Man. He played Elton John as well, and that's his pick to play Wolverine. Well, Taron Egerton was recently, where was he on? I'm just trying to find it here. He did an interview, though, and it said he had spoken with Kevin Feige about it and said the conversation about the meeting came during an interview for Blackbird on Apple TV. And a sit down with Marvel executive Kevin Feige was present now. Or Kevin Feige was present. Now Egerton was putting on weight and muscle for a television show, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Fans have been asking for the X-Men for almost a decade now. He said, I don't think it would be wrong to say that. He laughed with the New York Times. I'd be excited, but I'd be apprehensive as well because Hugh is so associated with the role that I wonder if it'd be very difficult for someone else to do it. That anyone thinks I would be good for the part is really flattering. I love Marvel, but it's just fan stuff. There is no grounding for those rumors. So, I don't know. It's weird because he said that he did, but now he's saying that he didn't. I don't know. I kind of think he's already been cast. I think he was cast a long time ago, honestly.
He's doing the Ewan McGregor thing where he's had to lie for like 3 years.
Yes. Like, how long do you think John Krasinski's been holding on to the fact that he's been cast to play Reed Richards in Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Because that movie was filmed pre-COVID. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, buddy. I mean, schnickety schnick. I just like seeing the three claws. It's like a trilogy.
It is a trilogy, and the latest endeavor in Kevin Smith's View Askewniverse, excuse me, the sequel to 2006 Clerks 2, of course, Clerks 3. The trailer drops in 4 days. That's Wednesday. The sequel is set to be released later this year.
I mean, all right, I'm down. I'd be watching it no matter what. Like,
yeah, obviously, we're both big fans of Kevin Smith. We've met him a few times, and
we've seen him a couple times too. Yeah, I mean, Kevin's an honorary Canadian in our book, and
he is. He does have a great love for our country. And Kevin, I'm cool. Clerks 3 coming out, as long as that means that fucking Moose Jaws is somewhere in the pipe. Because you need to complete that trilogy now. The great Canadian trilogy, to, of course, Tusk, Yoga Hosers, and the third one being Moose Jaws, which is basically takes place in the Canadian wilderness, and it's with a moose, and it's like Jaws.
I want one caveat in this, though, because it is the Canadian trilogy, and because he's such a huge fan of this, he has to cast the original cast of Degrassi Junior High in it.
And Johnny Depp must play the detective again because that's the link to all three films.
Right. Well, I never watched the other two, so I don't know if I'm assuming his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter both survived in Yoga Hosers.
Right.
So yeah, they could be in this as well, just to tie it all up together.
That's
and
nice
of course,
little bow.
The very end of it, you find Justin Long as a walrus. Just like, somebody kill me, please. No more fish.
Like the end of The Fly.
Kill me. No more fish. Speaking of fish, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever has finished filming, and concept art has leaked. And shouldn't say leaked. It was put out there from the studios, highlighting who the main villain will be in Wakanda Forever, and it is Namor villain Atuna, and and as we see, so Namor, they're going to be changing up his origin a bit. He's going to be of Aztec descent, I believe, and as we see here, it looks like Atua's got that Aztec look to him as well. Which I for geography, I'm not really too sure how that works, like where Atlantis supposedly was,
right?
In geographical comparison to where the Aztecs would be. So, but hey, man, I'm down for it. It's Marvel. I trust Marvel. Even when they fuck up, I'm always like, oh well, that wasn't even that bad. Their fuck ups aren't. I'm like, okay, whatever. It was worth the fucking $12 still. It was worth the opening night. Like I said to you before the show, Marvel is the one thing they'll always get for me is, as a dad, my son and I, we always do opening night for every Marvel movie. And there's not many other movies. Like I asked him to go see Top Gun with me, and he's like, fuck that, fuck Tom Cruise. So but with the
Which was my response when you asked me.
Yes, it was. He was like, fuck that guy. The true Hobbit. Just kidding. He's obviously Smeagol.
Precious.
But yeah, I love the fact that I get to still do the father-son days there with him. And that's cool. It's our bonding thing. It's like I feel like Walter and Jesse.
Right, because they had a father-son type relationship, only theirs was cooking meth, not going to the movies.
Same.
Right. Now they're not cooking meth, but they are distilling tequila. You can check out Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul's tequila at Costco.
Wait, what?
They were seen at multiple Costco's over the last couple of weeks, giving out free samples of their Dos Hombres Mezcal.
Is Bryan Cranston homeless?
Right. No, he's just been hitting the tequila hard.
Right.
He's been doing a lot of testing.
Damn.
He's been doing a lot of testing. This mezcal is made from the finest Esplanade agave, hand-selected from the hillsides in a small village of Oaxaca, Mexico.
Wow.
I'm sure I said the name of that town wrong. I apologize.
So what is with all these celebrities making their own alcohols and tequila? Is this the new way to make your $1 billion?
Yeah, I mean, it seems everybody and their uncle and their TV dad are doing it. So,
well, because The Rock's got his. It's really good, his tequila. I really like it. I bought this stuff, and I told you Villa One, which is Nick Jonas, and John Varvalos, whoever that is, Varvatos. But yeah, everybody's got their own stuff. Just saying, we need to have a RatG TV tequila. Do we do tequila or do we do whiskey? Because you and I are both whiskey drinkers, typically.
Yeah, we're both whiskey drinkers. Yeah, I mean,
we've had our own hot sauce.
Yeah,
we need to get back into the hot sauce, and now I think whiskey maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone else is doing tequila.
I like potatoes.
Oh, you want vodka?
No, I'm just saying I like potatoes.
You are a potato. Don't even know what that means. All right. Well, good for the boys. Dos hombres. Looks good, man. I will give it a shot. Better not taste like tequila.
Right.
Better not taste like tequila. That's my big thing. Does it taste like tequila? If it does,
It's a good selling point for me.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, then you'll like the rock stuff, I think, and the Jonas Brothers. Just the one Jonas. I don't
Just
know.
one Jonas brother.
Yeah, the
Brother.
I mean, I have a hard enough time telling them apart, just like I do with the Hemsworth brothers. There's like three of them too. But we all know who Thor.
Hey, at least you weren't like me and thought it was one guy at all for like 5 years.
You know what's funny is Liam Hemsworth, the youngest, who was married to Miley Cyrus, or maybe still is, I don't know. He was actually up for the role of Thor over his brother, but nope, went to Chris Hemsworth. And Hemsworth was recently asked when he'll stop playing Thor. And because his contract is up now. He's like, I love the experience, and I have from day one. Each time I've been asked to be back, I've said, absolutely, let's go. I've been lucky to have different directors and writers and cast also inject different stories and energy into the films until the audience, the fans, the Marvel gods say, no, we've had enough, then I'll keep showing up. I love it. It's good fun. I mean, yes, I love it.
Yeah. Until he gets that call from the big man in Valhalla.
Yeah, exactly. Then what's the point? Do you hear the echo there? Now it's gone. Yeah, I love the fact that he's this committed to it. And he had said earlier, this was his very first big role, and he owes so much of his career to this role, which is undeniable. You look at his career, he's done a lot of other movies, but aside from Extraction, what has he gotten really any big acclaim for? And that's not taking anything away from him as an actor at all. I'm just saying,
Are you happy?
Thor's done it. I mean, it's Thor's hammer.
It is Thor's hammer. And if you're an Xbox guy like me and you're a big fan of Thor, you might want to try and enter this contest on Twitter. If you go to Xbox's Twitter feed, you can enter this contest to win a limited edition
Mjolnir.
edition Xbox. As you can see, it's the new Xbox Series X.
Yes. Logan, I showed this to my son, and he was so pissed because he just bought his Xbox with like one of his first paychecks from work.
Well, he doesn't have to be too upset because it is a contest. They are only giving them away, and they are limited supply. So,
well, that's good then. That should be some kind of
consolation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not quite the same as having it.
Right. That definitely very cool.
I agree, dude. I agree. Well, there you go. That's the news. Now, last week, you and I were supposed to review Kenobi, and I think we got a little stoned and forgot.
No, that never happens.
No. But this time, this week, we were asked about it, so we will give our review here and what we thought of Kenobi.
What car function in here?
And did Facebook user watch Kenobi as well, or was that just?
She did.
What did I do?
You watched Kenobi.
Did she like it?
Yes, very much. I also liked Man from Toronto very much. Very
Okay,
funny.
but we already talked about that one. Now we're
That
talking
was
about
awesome,
Star
Ryan.
Wars.
On you. Worst movie ever. You know what you're talking about, man.
I didn't say worst movie ever. I said White Chicks
Something
was.
like that. Something like that was your review.
Anyway, so Kenobi. You know, maybe one day we'll have like a studio.
Holy Kenobi, man.
You know, we can just
Why,
do
you're
this.
fun,
What did you think though, Steve, when you watched Kenobi? Because there were a lot of complaints that people had about it. You know.
Yeah, I think out of all the Disney series, not that I was expecting too much, but this was the only one that I had any previous investment in. So I think that does change your mindset just a little bit. And saying that, I loved Kenobi. I thought it was great all around. A few minor things you could pick at, but not enough to make you hate any one episode or whatever. It was just good all around. And love seeing the battle scenes between Vader and Obi-Wan.
Right. Like seeing that was
Give me more Disney. Give me a second season.
Yeah.
And we just heard that Hayden Christensen has signed on to be in the first season of Ahsoka as well now as Darth Vader. So that's dope. And you know what I loved about the season finale and that final fight between Kenobi and Vader was when he slashes his face there. That was straight from Rebels and Ahsoka doing that to Vader. And they had a very similar moment. Now, I've got a couple clips here. This one plays together, though. So, but check it out. It's the second part of it.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Obi-Wan.
Anakin.
Ahsoka.
My master could never be as vile as you.
And my friend is truly dead.
Anakin Skywalker was weak. I destroyed him.
I will do what I must.
Then you will die.
I mean, they take so much from the cartoons as well, which I absolutely love because, you know, that's my way into liking Star Wars now is through all of that. But yeah, I really loved the dynamic between Anakin and Obi-Wan. But what did you think about how fucking OP fucking Obi-Wan became at the end there, raising all the rocks and shit? I mean, he whooped Vader. Like he whooped Vader. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, I mean, I guess something can be said to almost like just that buildup of and having not used it in all those years, and maybe control and the rage and the emotion involved, just all coming out like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because do we go down knowing? Like, I feel like we never went later on and been like, oh, Obi-Wan's always been the most powerful because he was he's more powerful than Vader, and Vader's at his most powerful now, right?
Yeah.
Or at least he's learning to be. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping we get to see some Darth Maul coming up soon.
Yeah.
You know, because he comes back in the cartoons. Obi-Wan kills him in the cartoons, like fucks him up. So I'd be down with that. Now, some of the things that I didn't like about it. Okay, I like Reva. I had no problem with her character at all. When she's chasing down Luke at the end, I'm like, why even include this? Because there was never any point where I ever felt fear for Luke dying or getting fucked up or anything. Because he's like, when we meet him the first time, he's like, I've never met a Jedi before. So even when she takes him out, we know that she's going to take him out in a way that he's not going to see who does it to him. And so, yeah, I don't know. That stuff and some of the stuff with Leia was the same thing. I was like, well, I know she's going to be okay. Yeah. But I did think when they got the torture bot out, I thought she was going to get tortured. Just because there's that fear that you see in her eyes the first time when it comes into her prison cell in A New Hope. So, I don't know. What about you? Is there anything like that like kind of bug you or like you're like?
I think the only thing that really bugged me in the moment, and I still just look back and think like the laser gate. Like, just go around the laser gate.
Like, what the fuck
Just
was
go around.
that?
Like,
What-
that's so. I don't know.
Like, why would they put that
It's
right in
sloppy.
the middle of the desert then? Like, why not
It's
have a
sloppy.
whole outpost?
Yeah, it's sloppy.
It's and you can make it in.
If it was completely between two mountain faces with no other border, then yeah. But
It's not like they went out on location and filmed this shit. It was in a studio that was all green screen. They could have fucking put up a fucking walls. What, like that shit was fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. And what is with everybody surviving fucking lightsaber fucking impalements
yeah.
except for Qui-Gon?
I really thought that was going to be Qui-Gon's first words when he makes that cameo at the
Like,
end.
what the fuck? But to be fair, Obi-Wan gets struck down at the end by Vader. And it just seems to be, I mean, it's a cross blow, and he instantly vanishes, whereas no other Jedi vanishes right away when they get taken. He really is the most powerful Jedi. They fucked up with Rey. Like I said, Rey should have been a Kenobi.
Yeah.
Not his daughter, but his granddaughter could have been, and they could have easily done that because he was fucking in the cartoon. He was fucking. Oh my god, I always forget her name, but one of the Queen of Mandalore. So, just saying, she could have had an illegitimate child that nobody knew about.
He was the Bryan Adams to Princess Di.
What? You stop that.
People are Googling right now going, what? What is he talking about?
He's a Canadian treasure. Shut your filthy mouth. Shut your filthy mouth. And then there was this.
You told me Vader betrayed and murdered my father.
Your father was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker.
He ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader.
I did.
When that happened, the good man who was your father was destroyed.
The same way, I will destroy you.
Ewan did some great freaking acting there, right? Like, seriously, like
I was eating some of our hot sauce.
Like, wow. Like, the eyes. I'm just like, oh my god. He just gets it. Give him a second season. They keep talking about it. Do it. I'm down for it. They want to do a trilogy now with them too. Sure. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but sure, why not? But I would like to see a season 2 for sure. And just because there's so much he can do. He can leave planet again and just let Luke be himself. And that's why Luke doesn't see any Jedis. And it could just focus on just Obi-Wan traversing the galaxy and fucking saving people, meeting up with Ahsoka, meeting up with Ezra, meeting up with Cal Kestis maybe from Jedi.
I got the theme song. I got the theme song already.
Let's hear it.
There's a star system. It keeps on calling me. In light speed. That's where I'm going to be. No. All right.
The littlest hobo? The littlest Obi-Wan?
Yeah, there you go. The littlest Obi-Wan.
The littlest Obi? Yeah. But it would be like, oh my god. It is almost like the littlest hobo, but meets like Touched by an Angel or Highway to Heaven. It like meets Kung Fu. Just, it's Obi-Wan going on walkabout in the galaxy and just for free helping people. I like it. Why don't you just hire us, Kathleen Kennedy? I'm just saying. To work for Favreau.
We'll work for way less than those guys.
Well, we will work for them. We won't take their jobs.
Right.
We want to keep working. But yeah, I'm just saying. I'm down. Anyways, that's it. I like the season. overall, I would probably, if we're ranking it out of 10, I would probably give the overall season an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7 and 7.58.
Yeah, I was thinking 7.5 as well, but yeah, I think 8, just because there was a lot of nostalgia polls that they nailed for us, and Ewan's just awesome, and Hayden was great. Glad to get to hear his voice. Suck they couldn't do a better job de-aging him in the flashback.
And it's a lot of those little things. Like I remember just like I loved the conch droid as the punch in punch out clock where Obi-Wan was working there. Like I just love stuff like that.
Yeah, working at the fish market or whatever it was. Yeah, it was a great show. I really liked it. What do you give it?
Yeah, like I said, I'd probably be in line with you. Yeah, 7.5, 8.
All right, right on. Well, folks, let us know what you think of it or what you thought of it. Do they deserve a second season? Let us know. What else do you want to see coming out for Star Wars? Are you cool with as much Star Wars as we've been getting, Steve?
Yeah, bring it on, man. I'll take a new one right off the heels of the next one. I know that's not how they're going to do it, but I mean, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, but they probably will. I think Andor's set up next, right?
Yeah, I mean directly on the heels, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, there will be. I think Bad Batch comes right off the heels of it, which I don't think you watched that, right? So
I haven't caught up with Bad Batch yet. No.
Yeah, it's all right. I like it. It's just a set of 5 dysfunctional clones that survived Order 66. Yeah, they're the Bad Batch.
So they're the A-team.
Dude, they really are. Oh my God, it is the A-team. What the fuck? Oh, wow. I never even thought of that. Wow. You just blew my brain, and you've never even seen the fucking show. That's awesome. Well done, sir. Well done. All right. Well, anything else you want to go out on, buddy? Anything you want to
I know we'll be off the 23rd because I will be in Toronto for Rage Against the Machine. I got a bunch of shows this month, but that's the only one that really conflicts. So
sweet.
That's 3 weekends from now. So
all right. Well, and we may have something for you, but if not, I might take the night off as well. So and just Rage Against the Machine with you in spirit.
Right.
Is it Zach?
It is Zach. Yeah, first time in a very long time back together. So
Zach and Tom back, eh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I've had these. I've held on to that. I've had these tickets for over 2 years. I mean,
yeah, because they were supposed to play right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And where's that going to be? Budweiser?
That one's going to be at what is it? Scotiabank Arena now. I want to say Air Canada Center, but I know that's not in anymore.
Oh,
I think it's Scotiabank Arena now.
Yeah, probably Scotiabank Arena.
Yeah,
Scotiabank owns everything right now. So
no, I'm excited. You know, I'm a big concert guy. We're getting back into it. I got five shows and 6 shows in 19 days, I think, in July. So busy month.
Good luck. Have fun with your wallet.
Right. And that's why I've got a very strict budget this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully we get good news about media passes for Fan Expo in Toronto. Hamilton Comic-Con's coming up. They've been releasing a lot of their celebrities that are going to be there, which is you got a lot of big people showing up. A lot of AEW wrestlers, which is strange for them. Normally they go WWE wrestlers, but we're seeing some members of the Gunn Club are going to be there. Billy Gunn and his 2 sons from AEW, and it's going to be interesting. So, I'm not sure when that is. I got to check it up. But
yeah, Fan Expo in August, and then
September, I think.
It's August this year. It's a week after I get back from Montreal, so it's the last week of August, I think.
I'm at Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton, yes, October.
It's October. Oh, that's right. I think it's like 2 days after my birthday. I think it's like
and Frightmare as well. So yeah,
it'll be good times. Check us out. We'll be around, and
if you're local, check out the Zombie Walk page. We released a little bit of a teaser as to what movie car we will have this year. So we haven't outright said it, but if you know, you know.
Woo.
It's like one of them, you know, like kind of like we're living in the future, but it was in the past. Like you can talk to your car now, you know.
Was that Am I getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, man. Sometimes I just want to eat a hamburger on the floor and get all drunk.
And then go running in slow motion on the beach.
As I jump into my cool car. It talks to me. Yeah, who could it be? What could it be? We don't know. Well in Zombie Walk, though, check it out on Facebook. Check out the page Well in Zombie Walk. And of course,
huge this year. Huge.
And not only that, you guys do great things for getting food donations for the community. And it's been tough these last couple of years, especially when it comes to food donations for the area, just because everyone's been at home and haven't had the chance to work. So food banks have needed the help more than ever. So make sure you go out and you donate, not just for Zombie Walk, which is
if you're out in this area this weekend, Well and Float Fest going on, stop by, drop off a donation if you're not going to partake. Great cause. So
yeah, great cause. Do what you can, and good way to stay cool. And I don't know what the rules are out there. I've never been to Float Fest, but try not to drink.
And let's face it,
try not to drink too much if you're going to be on the water. That's all I would say.
Yeah, let's face it, 40 minutes in the Welland Canal, and you'll never need another vaccine again.
You might need every vaccine ever invented.
That's the other way it could go. That's the other way it could
go. That's the most likely way. But no, it'll be a good time. Welland Flow Fest is a huge success in Welland, as is Welland Zombie Walk.
Near Lincoln and Prince Charles. So,
yeah. As is the RatG TV show. So come check us out. And we talked about this, and I wanted to run it by the fans. I know there's only a few of you left on. Steve and I like to watch movies, and we like to watch older movies and stuff. Would you guys be down to doing movie nights with us? And you don't even have to leave your house. All you have to do is we'll give you the link. We'll put out what movie we're going to watch, and we will do a scener night where we sit around and we can watch new Disney shows. So we could even watch like new episodes of whatever, or we can watch old movies, or we could watch horror movies, and I won't really watch. I'll just be off to the side of it. But let us know. Something we might try doing.
Yes, we can watch Blumhouse movies.
Yes, Luke. Although we're missing Luke today, obviously, because he would have commented already. Sounds good.
And,
all right.
And Ron, no porn.
Is this Chad Golden, Facebook user? And Ron would be there for sure as well. I almost want to do our own drive-in night. I wish we could rent that place just for a night.
Right.
Like, really. Like, what are the owners doing with it anyways? I mean, in the meantime, let us just rent that place out. Just for one night, one screen. That's all we need.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time. Anyways, that's all I got. You got any plans for the rest of the weekend?
No, nothing this weekend. Next Sunday, I'll be in Toronto for Blues Traveler, so pretty stoked about that.
Sweet. All right. Well, happy Post-Canada Day to all our fellow Knuckleheads out there. And, of course, happy 4th of July or Independence Day to our brothers and sisters to the south in the United States. Hope you have a good one. Sean Gale, what's up, buddy? Thank you. Sorry, Ron had to run to the store, burned my food. That must be April.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, April. You let him know that we're talking about doing movie nights, and you guys let us know if that's something you'd be into. Sean Gale says he's into it, and I'm sure some others are as well. But yeah, aside from that, that's all I got, buddy. I hope everybody had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the show.
If you're still partaking in the Canada Day festivities, please don't drink and drive.
Hi, April. Yes, do not drink and drive. Take a cab. Arrive alive, as they say. And to you all, hope you all have a great holiday weekend.